Welcome to Write Books That Sell Now, the podcast helping you write, publish, and market your book faster, better, and smarter. Here are your hosts, working hard and having fun doing it, Candace L. Davis, Anita Henderson, and Carol Dunlop.
Welcome to Write Books That Sell Now, the podcast that gives you real insight into the real business of becoming a successful self-published author. I'm Candace L. Davis. I'm here with
Anita R. Henderson
and
Carol Dunlop,
my two amazing co-hosts. And today we're going to talk about how you can find sponsors for your book and how you can use that sponsorship to help you fund your self-publishing project. Our guest today is first-time author Heather Rogers, and she's going to share her insights on her publishing journey. But before we get to that, Carol, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is gratitude and being grateful. I have to tell you guys, I started this gratitude journey, right? 40 days is how long I'm supposed to be doing it. I know.
What happens after 40 days?
Well,
Forget about it, right?
No. I heard from a colleague of mine who does all this mind stuff. She's kind of a woo type of person. And she said that it actually takes your body and mind 40 days.
I thought it was 21.
It's not, that's a habit. That's a habit.
Oh, it's
okay.
actually more than 21.
Yeah, to really get
sorry.
ingrained into your body.
Clearly, I have no idea.
I know.
So wait, what are you doing for the 40 days?
Okay, it's extremely simple. All you do is you pick one thing, or you can pick 3, or you can pick 10, whatever, that you're actually grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And I am writing it down in a journal, and I'm also sharing it on my Instagram account, but I'm just sharing one thing, right? And then I actually say it. I put my hand over my heart, and so that it really gets down into me. So I'm really, really grateful. And I did it for the first time today, and it felt totally good. It felt like, wow. I mean, I really believe that. And I have to tell you this. You know that I'm writing a book, right? Start my speaking thing and all that. Well, when I talked to my friend yesterday, and she told me about this, and I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I hadn't even done it, hadn't even started it yet. A friend of mine called me last night, and she says, Carol, I'm doing a speaker showcase. Would you come and be in the audience and just sit out there? You'll get to network with these speakers. It'll be a TED Talk like thing. So I was already grateful. I was already done.
Wow.
Boom.
So then the result of this 40 days of gratitude is what?
Is that I am more grateful for the things that are in my life. But this gratitude journey is more than just, because I get up every day and I say, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for my husband and all that. But this is focusing on my work. I'm grateful for like the little things, like that the internet is working right now, and that we can actually see and hear our guests who is there. I mean, seriously,
we're all grateful for that.
Yes, so it's little stuff like that we kind of take for granted.
And so it's to build your gratitude muscle, and
Yes.
with, I guess, the hope that, when you're appreciative and grateful for what you already have, more comes.
Exactly.
I'm just putting words in your mouth.
But that's true.
Thinking that's what happened.
That's true. Is what I just talked about it, and look, that opportunity came, and it was like boom. It was like right there.
Well, you get what you focus on, right? You get what you think about. So if you're focusing on problems, you're going to get more problems. If you focus on what you're grateful for, you'll get more of that. So I think it's a great practice. I'll be looking for your post every day for the next 39 days.
Are you following me on Instagram?
I will be, yes.
Okay, well, good.
It's video, right?
No,
it's make a video. You
No.
are making a gratitude video.
No. Just that's all mine. Okay, I got all this stuff going. It's an Instagram post, so you guys can follow me on Instagram. It's at CSI Corporation. So just let you know.
All spelled out, corporation?
Yes, CSI, and then corporation is spelled out. Please follow me, because it's going to be one gratitude post every single day. And that's going to take a lot for me to do that, so I'll tell you right now. So keep on me.
Keep on me.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I think one thing people can be grateful for is that they have an orderly life.
Yes.
If that's the truth, even if you don't have an orderly life, just be grateful for it anyway, and perhaps that will come to you. So we are excited to have a phenomenal guest with us today. Heather Rogers is the author, the brand new author of her very first book, A Simplified Life: How to Achieve Order and Calm clear and calm so you can reclaim time, energy, and control. Who doesn't want all three of those?
Them all.
We all want them. She is a professional organizer and owner of Simply Organized, where she and her team specialize in helping people decrease the clutter in their lives, create more organized environments, and manage their time more effectively. We all need that stuff too. And she also helps them just pretty much maintain calm in the craziness of our daily lives, right? So Heather, we welcome you to the Write Books That Sell Now podcast, and we're excited to talk about your book and what you do with your clients. Welcome.
Yay, thank you.
Are welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us about this whole idea of being organized. Why is it important, and how do you help people at Simply Organized?
Right, so there are a lot of costs of disorganization that we help with. I think a lot of people don't realize how much stress clutter causes, both emotionally and physically in our lives. I think it's pretty obvious that being disorganized can cost you a lot of time and a lot of money, but it's also affecting your stress levels. So we want to help people get organized so that you can stress less, worry less about the clutter, and spend more time doing what you love with who you love.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about why you wrote the book. Why did you write a book on the book, we believe, on being organized?
So my goal is always, first and foremost, to help people. And I thought by writing a book, I could help more than just the local Metro Atlanta community. I have a lot of client stories and found that people really relate when they can see themselves in those client stories. So the book has quite a few anonymous examples of what different people are dealing with, going through major life changes, anything from death to divorce to marriage to having a baby. All of those things, usually people need to reach out and need help. So I am using the book as a way to help more people.
Well, I love it, and you say some amazing stories in the book. You have some stories for people who, have been through a variety of things, as you said, moving, they're upsizing, downsizing, blended families, senior citizens moving from a long-time house structure into assisted living and so forth. Who's your target audience? Who do you mostly serve?
I like to be more specific than saying everyone, but I think at one time in our lives, everyone. At one time of your life or another, you're going to hit one of these major life hurdles. So whether you just need your pantry organized because you can't find anything, or whether you're about to embark on the first move in 40 years and your house is a complete mess, or if you're merging two households like you mentioned earlier. So I think a lot of people need help, even if they think of themselves as an organized person. They are going to hit a time where they need a helping hand in trying to figure out how to stay organized and declutter both their stuff and their time, their schedule.
Yeah. Well, I consider myself a perfectly organized person, and I'm sure most of your clients do too. What are some of the main challenges? Don't look at me sideways. Organizers. So I'm the person that people will call a neat freak, which I totally wonder why people call neat people freaks, because I think it's the junky ones that are more freaky. But I did say that, and if I offended anyone, yeah. So what are some of the main challenges you think that people face when it comes to approaching this whole idea of getting organized? What's the big challenge?
Well, Anita, I know that you're not the #1 reader because you are so organized. I'm sure you're absolutely.
I learned so much from you.
Absolutely perfect all the time. I think one of the best examples of people who are organized who still need my help are, again, we're all so busy. There's so many things going on that even if you're really organized, you may just not have time to deal with something like packing or unpacking after a move. Or if you're pregnant with your first, second, third, or fourth baby, you may not have the time or energy. And then also people who are, you talked about downsizing. So there might be some physical ailments where people just can't physically do the work themselves, even though they're very organized people, and they just, again, need a helping hand from somebody like me.
I gotcha. And you're the organized lady for sure.
I try.
Now we know that the book project is a new venture for you.
Yeah.
Tell us what your approach was to writing this book. I know it was totally brand new, a whole new process. And how'd you approach it?
So with your help and guidance, of course, I started with a schedule, and I thought the most difficult part would be the writing, even though you and everyone else told me that.
You see Carol laughing over here because she's in the midst of writing her book right now.
It's more than just the writing, right? There's a lot more to it than that. I think the most important part of the process was coming up with the outline. That really helped me to see what the future of the book was going to look like and help me organize my thoughts and ideas. So as far as the writing process, I think the outline was huge.
Would you agree, Ms. Carol?
I definitely agree that the outline is the most important part. And in fact, we've actually changed our outline, or my outline. I say ours because she is my coach here, but we have actually changed the outline because Anita was saying that this doesn't go there, that doesn't make sense or something. Doesn't it sound familiar, Heather? Because I know she treats you and me just like we're her babies, right? And you know, I won't say anything else. She's loving and awesome. And your book looks awesome too, but you know, hey, it's hard work. I'm telling you, girlfriend.
Thank you. It is hard work.
You did it. It changes.
It is. I think the first draft that Anita looked at, she had some tough love moments with me, some words, and I had a very good friend come over and look at what I had done, and she discovered I was writing 2 different books. So she helped me really focus and decide which book did I want to write this time, and we can save the other book for later. And that really helped to organize the thoughts and the plan and get it together. And I had Post-it notes all over the wall that you're seeing behind you was orange Post-it notes of an outline. So that really helped.
And that's a strategy I know Candace uses when she writes and when she coaches.
Yeah, I use mind mapping, Post-it notes, whatever works best for the way that person thinks. Whatever you need to do to get that outline out there and know what you're going to do in the chapter. I don't care how you do it, as long as we have it together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And with the Post-it notes, it's kind of easy. You change that plan around.
Yeah. Index cards on.
One of the other interesting aspects of your book project is that you actually got some sponsors to help defray the cost of the investment that you made in your book project. Tell us about that process. How did you identify the sponsors, and why did you even choose that as an aspect of your book production?
I think that the idea came from you. And I'd never even thought about it before, and I thought it was genius because I refer other businesses to my clients all the time. So the first people I wanted to ask were the people that I was recommending to my clients. I was using them, and I wanted to make sure, obviously, that I wasn't going to be advertising a business to my clients that I didn't believe in. So I made a list of 6 different companies that I usually refer to anyways, and 3 out of those 6 accepted the sponsorship deal. So I was really excited.
Good deal. So you came up with a sponsorship proposal, essentially, basically an email that you sent to them. Tell us a little bit about how that worked.
Again, Anita, it's all because of you.
She's a genius, right? She's a genius,
It's an
right?
idea. I think it's a great strategy for independent authors who have to, sort of, well, not sort of, but certainly bear the expense of production to bring in sponsors. So what did you say to them in this email?
Well, the letter had 2 different amount opportunities for them to choose from. And each different amount had a list of what they would receive in return. I talked a little bit about the book, about how I was going to be marketing the book, and how they would benefit from being in the book. And then they got to choose which amount fit best with them.
Good deal.
I love that idea. I'm taking notes, yes. I'm taking notes right now.
So Heather, what kinds of things did you offer your sponsors?
So they got to write a 250-word sidebar article that was actually printed in the book. And then I am having a book launch party this week. And so they will have a VIP table at that book launch party. They also have gotten a blog post that I've written about each one that they can share with their audience. And then they each got 20 copies of my book. And I signed it. I wrote down the page number for their readers so they could find them in the books. And I gave them each 20 copies to use however they wanted to.
That's great.
How'd you come up with all that?
Anita
again?
I
Wow.
don't know. I think some of that came from you, Heather. And I think that's a great strategy. So for the rest of you authors who are watching and listening, just know that there are some very creative ways to help fund your book project. And just as Heather did, one of them is sponsorships. I love that you brought on companies that you are familiar with. These are vendors that you use regularly in your business already, which is great. And most other nonfiction, typically, the business focused authors will have subcontractors or vendors, maybe even clients that you work with, but it's got to make sense. These are companies that fit into the topic. And then, of course, Heather, you found the right place to insert those sidebar articles within the content of the book, right?
Yes. Yeah, we figured out which chapters it made the most sense to put each one of them in. I have a moving company and a chapter about moving, and a storage company in an area that we talked about, self-storage. And then I also have a home repair network company to help people find contractors. And again, it all fit in the place where it should. And so it makes a lot of sense. I hope none of the readers will think it's strange. And if anything, I think it'll just be really helpful for them to have another resource that they can use if they need it.
Absolutely. Good deal.
I think that sounds like a great idea. Now, I have not read the part that has all the sponsors or whatever, but is it like an article, or is it just, it fits inside of the book somewhere, or does it definitely, you look at it and you can say, this is different?
You look at it and know that it's separate from my writing. It's in a shaded section. They have an article that they've written, and they talk from their point of view. So it's not Heather Rogers says XYZ. They're actually saying, if you want to use our services, call us. So it's written from their perspective.
And I think even taking it to I think even better than that is that they're actually educating the readers. Right. They're giving readers some points, finer points about if you are considering using a storage facility, for example, for that particular sponsor, here's some things to keep in mind. For the moving company, if you're planning to move or whatever, here's some things to keep in mind. So it's also really rich content for the reader. It's not just get somebody in there and put a 250-word ad in your book. Yeah. It doesn't even feel like an ad. It is educational. And then, of course, there's a way to reach that sponsor for the readers who are interested in getting more information about it. So I think that's great.
I think that's a great idea. It sounds like that they fit right in with what you were talking about. So hats off to you, Heather. Love it.
Thank you.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break to acknowledge our sponsors and our own sponsors, and then we will be right back.
Get the Write Books That Sell Now free video training series. It's absolutely free, and you will learn a bunch of tips, tricks, and hacks from each of us to help you finally get your book done. In these free videos, we open the door to give you a taste of what you'll find in our high-value, information-packed online course. You'll get information on writing, publishing, and marketing your book, and it's all for free. To access the free video training series, just visit us at www.writebooksthatsellnow.com.
Hey guys, this is Candace from Go Write Something, and if you're struggling to write your book or just to get started, here's an exercise that can help. Sit down and take a minute and make a list of all the reasons why you want to write your book. But in this case, I want you to be completely selfish and write the list of things of what's in it for you. Are you trying to build your business as a speaker? Are you just dying to tell this story? Or are you trying to launch a business based on the information in your book? Make a list of all of those reasons, and once you understand your purpose in writing your book, it'll be a lot easier to design the structure of your book and decide what content to include. Now go write something.
All right, we are here on the Write Books That Sell Now podcast with our very special guest, Heather Rogers, first-time author of the wonderful book, A Simplified Life. We are excited to have Heather on the show. Her book launches very, very soon. And before we took a break, we were talking about sponsorship as one of the options to help fund your book project. Heather, you mentioned that you sent invitations to about 6 companies and 3 said yes. How do you feel about those other 3? Do you feel like you missed an opportunity, or do you think that they were interested in something more?
I think that it was not within their particular marketing budget at the time. A lot of people see me as more of a local business, and they were more of a national company. So the ones that did choose to be a sponsor had a local benefit to it. So I think that helped in their making that marketing decision.
Okay. Well, let's talk about what you mentioned in terms of your being considered or viewed by some as a local business. I know that you really want to expand your reach. Talk to us about how you plan to use the book to do that.
So I really want to offer a lot more one-on-one coaching, both with time management and virtual organizing that we can do online, just like we're doing this podcast, and or over the phone. I've been doing a lot of time management coaching over the years, but I would love for that to be an even larger part of my business going forward in the future. I also want to do more public speaking engagements. So that also I think will help with the book, as me be seen as an expert in organizing, so that people will want me to be at their different organizations and speaking to them about simplifying their lives and time management to any type of group that's out there, whether it be, sales oriented or insurance companies, CPA organizations. So just about any sort of group function. I love talking about all of this fun organizing stuff.
Good deal. And I love that you're using it to do that. And you've also included some ways in the book and some wonderful resources in the book to lead people to your website. So I think that certainly undergirds your desire to be more of a virtual, or to expand into the virtual organizing space. Talk to us a little bit about some of those resources that you've included in your book.
So I do have some tips and tools that you can get on my website, as well as lots of educational blog posts. And I have a resources section where you can download a to-do list, a blank schedule that you can use during the week and the month, and also a grocery list that you can order. And it's a pad that goes on your refrigerator, so you can have your family check off all the items that they need when they need it. And all of that's available on my website.
Super. I love the grocery list. One of the other resources that you have in the back has saved me a lot of time, I must say, and I thank you for it, on my email. And that is that one resource you have in the back, Unroll Me. The email thing. I love that.
I love unroll.me. It's a fantastic website where you can organize your emails. You can unsubscribe to thousands of emails in seconds. And you can also choose which emails you want to roll up and only get one per day instead of 20 or 30.
It is a lifesaver. Have you guys heard of it?
I used it.
Do you really?
No,
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you knew.
Oh my God, it's the best thing ever.
I use it.
Do you use it? Have you heard of it?
I had never heard of it, but I will probably be using that.
Wow. Well, life changer. Life changer today. Unroll.me.
You know what I discovered, Heather, was that a lot of the ones that were rolled up into the digest, I didn't miss on the days that I didn't read the digest. And so I just went ahead and unsubscribed from them because they were just taking
Why am I
up,
getting this?
yeah, they were just taking up mental space and space in my inbox. And once I missed them for a few days and realized that I really didn't miss anything,
Yeah.
it was unsubscribe time. Thank you.
Didn't miss
Margaret
anything.
Canada?
It's the best thing ever. Speaking of life changing, tell us how being a published author has changed you.
Oh, wow. Right now, it's just made me a lot more busy, which I guess is a good thing.
But you're organized, so it's not a problem.
Yes, it's a good thing. I'm excited to be seen and respected as more of an expert. I think that's the number one thing that a book can do for you as an author. And it's also a wonderful thing to be proud of and to share with not only your family and your friends, but I find that people have enjoyed following the process on social media a lot more. I've learned that a lot of people out there have thought about writing books. So I don't think I would have known a lot of that. I wouldn't have known as much about myself before I wrote the book. So I've learned a lot about me and the other people who I'm interacting with because of it.
Good deal. You mentioned social media, and I know you use social media quite a bit as you were leading up to the book launch. Tell us some of the ways you incorporated your online community in your book project.
So I started by talking about the process when we first started last August. So almost exactly a year ago is when I started the process. So I let everybody know I was writing a book, which for me is an extra accountability motivator, because then people will be asking you about it. So it makes you actually do it and complete it. And then I would post from time to time. I posted a photo of that Post-it outline wall that I had at one point. And then I wrote a blog post about the process of writing the book. And certainly now that we're just a few days away from the book launch party, we've been doing this 12-day countdown, which has been a lot of fun. So I have 12 chapter titles. And so each day for the 12 days leading up to the book launch party, which is this Saturday, we've posted a different chapter title and the quotes that are under each one of the titles in my book. And so that's gone out on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and Twitter. And we've had a contest. So people have been winning a book each day. And that's been really exciting too and really fun.
Well, I follow you on Facebook, and I know that you also shared this lovely graphic, your avatar here, on your Facebook page when that was coming out.
Oh, and yes.
Also gave your Facebook followers a chance to vote on their favorite headshot that you should include on the back cover of your book. And you had a couple of options there. Was this your favorite, or did you just let your folks choose?
Yes, I went with my favorite.
But nice to ask.
I didn't like the one that everybody else liked.
Heather.
I know. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot about that. That
But
was
you know,
fun.
I'm so sure people,
People
your
wanted
fans
to
appreciate
weigh in and tell me which headshot they liked the best. So that was exciting and fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So what are you going to do with that knowledge about the one that they like the best? What'd you do with that? Nothing.
I have it saved, and I can always use those beautiful photographs at any time.
There you go.
Good for you. Good for you. I like that you kind of, gave people a choice, but you were like the head decision maker, so you made the decision, and that's all well and good. Like you said, it is your book, so you do what you want, girlfriend.
Exactly. I really think that people appreciate being asked.
Sure.
They want to be a part of the process. They're excited for you, and ask me. I'll give you my 2 cents, but ultimately the decision is up to you. So I'm glad you engaged with your online community in that way.
Yeah.
I want to wrap up just by asking you, what's your advice to first-time authors? What would you share with them?
Oh, wow. Great question. I would say, just like anything else you're trying to achieve, the first thing you have to do is set a goal and a timeline. You have to have a deadline of when you're going to accomplish it, and then you have to have your timeline of each week and each month how much you need to get accomplished in order to achieve that goal. So in my case, it was a year, and I was done writing in a few months, and it's still, I mean, boy, were we close on the printing and getting of this book. So we were a week before my book launch party, which was August 27th. So we're going to be almost exactly at a year to achieve this goal.
I will tell you that I've worked with clients and they got their book the day before. So be happy you got yours a week before. Yeah, I think that's great.
I might have had to visit a hospital if that would have been. That's a little too much stress for me.
Trust me.
Oh, wow.
But it's been awesome working with you, Heather. Congratulations to you, first-time author of A Simplified Life. Here it is, everybody. First time watching it. How to achieve order and calm so you can regain time, energy, and control.
I got mine too.
Ah, she got hers. All right. Put it up again. Let's see. Look at that.
Beautiful. Love the cover. Congratulations, Heather. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Where can people find her?
And we want to, as Candace said, where can people find you and order the book?
Yes, so they are on my website at www.simplyorganizedyou.com/book. And in about a week or so, they will be on Amazon.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Yay, congratulations.
Congratulations. Again, thanks for joining us on the Write Books and Sell Now podcast. We wish you much, much, much success in your publishing and business endeavors. Yay.
Thank you.
Ladies, what an awesome interview.
Yeah, Heather's fantastic. Her book is also fantastic. I think people can learn a lot from it.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Great. So we're going to watch for her on social media. Carol's going to get all involved in there. And I have engaged with this book, over the month, so it's exciting. But we're going to give a shout out to another book that I happen to have here.
Okay.
I'm sure you all have. And this is not a new book, and it's certainly not a secret book. It's called The Outliers. I hope you can see this. We've got these big old bright lights in the studio. The Outliers, The Story of Success by Malcolm Gladwell. Awesome book for any entrepreneur, anyone in their career. I mean, wherever you are, definitely for artists. I'm going to read a little bit about the book. I don't know why I don't have my glasses, but it says, as far as I can tell, there is a story that is usually told about extremely successful people, a story that focuses on intelligence and ambition. Intelligence and ambition, right? That's the only way you can be successful. In The Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell argues that the true story of success is very different. And that if we want to understand how some people thrive, we should spend more time looking around them, as in like the people they hang around with, and such things as their family, their birthplace, or even their birth date. The story of success is more complex and a lot more interesting than it initially appears. He talks about some really interesting stuff. Of course, that 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
That's everybody's favorite, right? You got to read the book to find out about the 10,000 hour rule. Okay, so it's The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and I'm sure you can get it at Amazon.com or any other bookseller.
You can get it anywhere. Probably you could go to your local used bookstore and they'll have it by now too, because everybody bought a copy when it came out. But Malcolm Gladwell, almost anything he writes is worth reading.
Absolutely. So that's my shout out today to Malcolm Gladwell. And
thank you, Anita. And thank you everyone for listening or watching, however you're taking in the Right Books That Sell Now podcast. We appreciate you, and we're glad that you gave us this 45 minutes of your time. We would hope that you enjoyed it enough that you would jump onto iTunes and leave us a positive review. Those reviews really help other people to find the show. And until then, keep writing.
Keep writing. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Find out more about becoming an author and making the most of your book at writebooks.sellnow.com.